gotta have them both ears when I, you know what I'm saying? So I dance real good in my chair. You know what I'm saying? What's up, y'all?
Hey, you wanna make that bigger, baby?
I do. Because we can't read any of those. We're way too old to have it that small.
You know, you need to speak for yourself.
What's the deal, y'all?
I am not old, honey.
You may not be.
Hey, y'all.
How much longer till you the same age as me?
Hey, y'all.
Seriously, how much time do you have left? You turn...
Can you stop?
What?
Can you just stop right
You don't
there?
want people to know how old you are?
No, I don't
You gonna
mind.
do?
I'm just saying,
Okay.
you always be trying to act like folk old. You need to speak for yourself, honey. I will never be old.
I'm excited about being back. So
too. I
we are
missed y'all.
back, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Black and back.
We are back and black at the
and
same
black.
time. And we're excited to be back. It has been a long time. And what's up with you guys? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
How is your New Year so far? I mean, it's only been like 4 days. This is January 4th. So, you know.
Yes, but a lot can happen in 4 days.
You are right. You know what I'm
A
saying?
lot has happened in 2023.
That's true. There's been some crazy junk in the news and everything.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
yes. We're not talking about all that tonight, though.
That's true. So we should
could,
probably...
though. We could.
We could.
Hi, everyone.
I should probably put some of these comments up on the screen so that, you know, we do like we normally do. I just got to move my stuff around. You know what I'm saying? So this is the thing. When your stuff is a certain way and it's that way all the time, you literally just turn everything on and you just go. But when you haven't had a show in, I'm not going to say how many months because I looked it up and I want to ask you, how many months have we been gone? Do you know?
It has been at least 6 months.
Yeah. It was 7.
It's 7.
Yeah.
Really?
I
you looked it up?
I looked today at our YouTube channel and I just went to see when the last ones were. Now, we were doing podcast episodes for a while.
Yeah.
So we kept that going. But we did not do a live for 7 months. The last live was something like, am I too needy or do you not give me enough attention or something like that? I can't remember exactly what the title was.
That's a long time because I don't even remember that.
You don't even remember the episode?
No.
Yeah.
We just going to redo that, y'all.
Exactly. you don't even
We
remember
gonna
what we were
redo
talking about. Oh,
Listen,
man. I think I finally got it
We
hooked up now,
needed the break. We
There's no
needed the
question
break.
about it.
Y'all know we moved. We still have not found a house.
Right. So you see we're still basically our
So
studio's
we're
our
still
bedroom.
in
You know what I'm
our,
saying? A little apartment.
what do we call this studio? The
bedroom studio?
No.
The love studio?
Oh my goodness. It's not what we call
The Great Western Forum?
I'm
Because this is where the magic happens? No,
I'm going to
that's
just
not
let
it either?
you done mess me up. I can't think now.
All right, let's shout out a couple of these people, man, because we didn't say nothing to nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Peeps. Hey,
Horace, I don't know what that is. What facial expression? I can't see it. It's too small. You know what I'm
You know,
saying?
you are old because I can see
am.
that clearly.
You didn't know what
he
that
is
was.
happy.
Is that what that was? I wasn't
Yes.
happy. Abigail,
They
what's
are
up?
happy.
How you doing? And Horace, I was rocking my John and April merch yesterday. Were you?
Oh,
my goodness.
really?
Man, I haven't rocked John and
Yay.
April merch in a long time. You know what I'm saying?
What's up, Jeremiah?
Jeremiah, what's the deal, man? This is, what? Teresa Nixon. Are you related to us?
you related
know what
to
I'm saying?
us?
Good
Oh,
night,
my
Teresa.
goodness.
Good to see
Hey.
you. Brittany, what's up?
What up,
And
Britt?
Jeremiah likes the new intro music.
Oh, good.
Hey, Kim. I think Kim is
Kim.
about to go to bed, but she
Kim,
just,
Kim.
you know, she decided
I'll
to
see
get
you
us in for a
tomorrow,
while.
girl.
Exactly.
I wasn't able to say that before. I'll see you tomorrow.
That's true. Wanda, what's the deal?
Hey, Wanda.
And then Happy New Year, Horace.
Wanda.
Happy New Year, David.
Hey, David.
Teresa, Happy New Year. Where are you? Why isn't that going up? It ain't working. There we go.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, the birds.
And Kim said 7 months, so she knew.
Yes,
she knew it'd
she
been
knew.
7 months.
She
And
knew.
Horace just said it was many.
Many.
You know what I'm saying?
Many months, yes. Many months. Oh, man.
David said he caught a cold from that Arctic blast.
Ooh.
That was pretty bad. That
Yeah.
happened during that time.
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
cold
yeah.
as what?
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
Angie.
Angie, what's the deal? Cuzzo.
Oh,
And then,
hey.
see, Kim talking about exactly.
Good night.
She's not going to be here much longer.
No, she won't
you
be
know
here
what I'm
much
saying?
longer.
Yeah.
So you know I'm going to be tired tomorrow.
Hey, y'all, you can share this, by the way. This is our first time back. This is our first show of 2023, first of many. We are back for real. We're coming,
y'all.
we're not taking 7 months off again. We may take time off in the future, but it won't need to be that long because the problem was we went like 2.5 years straight where we were doing it like 2 or 3 times a week. You know what I'm saying? And that was a lot.
2 or
And
3 times a week. Doing what 2 things?
we had a live on
that's
Wednesday.
true.
Actually, we didn't start the live until 2020. So we started doing podcasts in 2019. We started doing podcasts and lives in 2020 and Instagram Reels.
Yeah.
So for like 2 years straight, we were just doing that. at least 2 or 3 times a week.
While
that was a
working
lot.
full time
Yeah.
and being great parents. And
That's
you don't
true.
think you're a great parent?
I do, but I just didn't want to
Yeah.
toot my own horn like that. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, when you work as hard as you do as a parent, you have to say that you did. You
That's
do
true.
good.
You're right. Hey, babe, do you think
That's
this is
hard
too
work.
bright? Do you think I should turn this down some? I'm not even sure. Yeah, that's better.
That's much better.
saying?
Yes.
I don't know what happened. How that?
Thank
I
you.
don't know how that happened that way. But
Yes. Hey, Michael.
thank you. We are glad to be back.
I know he went on sabbatical and then he was ghost. You right?
That's not what happened. On sabbatical, I was.
After sabbatical.
After I was
you were
like 3
ghost.
months. Yeah, I
You were
was.
ghost
I was
after
really here
sabbatical.
during the sabbatical.
That's
You know
because
what I'm saying?
we double time during the sabbatical.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And I was
You know what I'm saying?
worn out after your sabbatical.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all can share it and tell people we're back. You know what I'm saying? Let them know so
Yes,
that we can.
please
People have been
share.
asking, what's going on? Are you guys okay? Some people, no, seriously. Some
No,
people,
yeah.
some people asked, "Are you done? Is that it from now on?" You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Horace said he liked the reels. Thank you, Horace.
Thanks, Horace.
And we got to
trying
get
to
back
get
into that
back.
too.
We trying.
Well, actually, what we're probably going to do, Horace, this is the new thing, which we need to. I didn't have a thing. I was supposed to have a thing on the screen to say follow us on TikTok. You guys know we have a TikTok account. We have not been using it, but we want to actually try to start using TikTok, and then we'll repurpose those on Instagram instead of doing Instagram reels. We will have Instagram reels, but it won't be the same. Anyway, I don't know.
We
when
don't
that's
know
gonna
what we're
happen.
doing, y'all.
We have
don't
no
know.
idea.
We don't know.
You know what I'm
We'll see.
saying?
We'll see. We'll see what we can handle. Okay.
Yeah, we shall see. Okay, so here's the thing. 2023. First of all, everybody likes New Year's resolutions. I think most people make them, and we are kind of, which is what we're going to be talking about a little bit tonight. We're kind of not sure about how we feel about New Year's resolutions. We're going to talk about that in a second. But one thing we are going to do is in 2023, we do have some plans for one specific kind of service that we were not able to offer when we first started Just John and April. And that is in-person stuff. We have in-person plans for things that we plan doing.
I love that you called it stuff
Why?
because you didn't know what you.
We don't know what it is.
You don't know what it is yet. So just stuff, y'all. We're just gonna have all kind of stuff.
So one of the things is definitely like workshops. We want to have like a
We
like
want
a
to have a
weekend.
couples retreat.
Yes,
like,
we want to do a John
really
and
wanna
April
do
couples
that.
retreat.
We
That's
do.
what we're going. And we
We
think we're going to
need-
try to do that in person
Yes.
this year.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And
That's the
and-
goal.
Yes. And even though we know COVID is still here, I think the attitude now is it's probably going to be here and we're just going to have to live with it like we live with other things. And so we'll just try to do it safely.
Yeah.
But that's definitely 2023. We're not giving you no dates because we don't know yet, and we don't make promises that we can't end up keeping later on. You know
I
what I'm
know,
saying?
but we're
So,
trying. We really love doing this, so we're gonna really push to try to get it done.
Yeah,
you know,
we have to.
So, yeah.
Abigail says it's good to see you back live. Love you guys. We love you too, and we are
Yes.
glad to be back. It's seriously
Love
like
you
this gives us
too.
life.
It really does.
April's day today was tough. My day was not as tough, but I had to alter how I was going to work today because yesterday was so tough. And having those tough days, you would think we wouldn't want to do this at night.
Right. But this wakes me up. I actually cannot go to bed afterwards, which is bad the next day.
It is. It's always
But
bad.
it's worth it.
But it gives us life. And
Yeah.
it's because of you. It's because we get to interact with you.
Yes, guys.
And it's a lot of fun.
Hey,
So
Keith.
anyway, love you too. Glad you're here. By the way, your favorite Graham is here. Talking about good evening and happy new year. What's up, G? It's good to see you,
My
man.
favorite Graham. All right.
Oh,
Camilla.
Horace talking about he felt it in the force. That's why he put that shirt on today. So he
You
felt
it,
that we were
you
coming
knew it was
back.
coming
you know
back.
What I'm saying?
Yes. I love it.
Angie saying she can't wait for the in-person events. You planning on
Listen.
coming? You and Jeremy? Y'all need
Hope
to come
y'all
through.
come.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
We
Like,
got
for real,
we really
for real.
got to do this now, babe. We got
Yeah, man.
accountability now.
Yeah, and Keith said in-person stuff, woohoo. So,
Yes.
people are excited about
Yeah.
that. You know, I do think, though, what's up, Keith, by the way? Did we say what's up to him?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, sorry, I didn't. What's up, man? I do think that there are some aspects of the virtual stuff that was fun that allowed us to explore new things, but now it's like, there's nothing like in person.
It's nothing like in person.
You know what I'm saying? We're ready to do that.
Yeah, we're ready to
you
do
know?
that. We are. So
Camila, hey, how you doing?
Hey.
Good to see you. And Teresa saying, come down to, is that Exuma, Bahamas? Is that how you say it?
oh,
Exuma?
okay.
Correct me if I'm
Hey,
wrong. And
we
we
will
would
be
love to do a
down.
retreat
We
there.
will be
She's saying
down,
do the
okay?
retreat there. That's what I think that's what she's
Yes.
saying. That would be dope. But
Listen.
destination now we can't do a destination one to start. You know what I'm saying? Because it's got to be like affordable for us at least. You know what I mean? We have to be able to
Listen,
get
Camilla
there.
talking about in person where, as long as it's not golf.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Yeah, we won't do that to you though.
We'll try
We'll
not.
do that on
we'll
the
try.
side.
We'll try to
do
make
that
the
on
golf not
side.
be part of the first one.
Exactly.
But at some point, it's gonna be golf. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we'll do
it
that
has
on the
to
side,
be.
babe. Got to do
Is your
that on
chair
the side.
falling down,
I
man?
think so.
Oh my goodness. George Powell, Happy New
Hey,
Year. Happy New Year, George. Good to see you.
Yes.
Okay, guys. So share, send this to people. Let them know John and April are back. We are still live on Wednesday nights at 9. We thought about different times, but this is the best.
It is.
The middle of the week is the best. If we have trips that are happening on the weekend, this does not in any way get impacted. 9 o'clock is good because a lot of y'all have kids and your kids are already in bed by now.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bunch of reasons.
We
so
sticking
ain't
with this
changing
time
that.
until
Exactly.
we see that it doesn't work.
Exactly.
So we'll see.
So 9 o'clock Wednesday night, every Wednesday, at least for the time being. Well,
All right, let's
maybe
get
not
this-
next week though. Didn't you say?
I
this
know.
happened?
Maybe not next week, babe. We got to talk about that.
So we'll find out.
We'll talk
We'll
about
let
that.
you know if
Yeah.
it might happen next
Yeah.
week. That'd
Y'all
be
will
bad
know
if we
when
talk about we
coming.
back and then not
That's
back
what
the
I'm
next
saying.
week.
You
know
sure you
what
want
I'm
to say?
Camila says
It's
like
like
prayer meeting. Right.
meeting.
It's basically like
It
after
is.
prayer
This
meeting.
is
Prayer
a
meeting.
prayer meeting. That's right.
It's just right after.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying? It's
That's
like
right.
the post prayer meeting.
Exactly.
joint
Exactly.
that you want. Okay, let's get the show on the road. Okay, so I think that people make New Year's resolutions all the time. We talked about this. Let me give you the show topic right here. And I think the thing is that they often don't work. Or I would say most people might say that they make a resolution for whatever it is. Which ones do you think are the most popular?
Losing weight.
Yep.
You know that.
I'm
Eating
gonna
better,
start
getting healthy,
exercising.
exercising.
Yeah, I
That's
think
the
health
most
is the number
popular.
one.
That's number one.
I think health is the number one thing people usually say when they're talking about.
Because I do it every year.
Right. but
Because
hold
Christmas
on.
time is just, I just be fat and nasty.
Okay,
honey, child.
so the
Just fat
problem
and
with
nasty
the
during Christmas
problem
time.
the problem with I think with New Year's resolutions is often that they don't work. You make one and then you go back on it after a period of time, right? So my question to you, and I would ask the question to the audience too. We're not ignoring them yet. My question to the audience and to you is, what is it that you do when you make a New Year's resolution? And if you don't last a certain amount of time, do you say, I'm not making resolutions no more? Or do you say, well, I didn't last as long, but at least I lasted 3 weeks or a month or 2 months or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like some improvement is better than none. So I'm going to keep making New Year's resolutions. I want to know from the audience, are there any of you that don't make resolutions anymore because you never do them successfully? And then I'm going to ask you, clearly you didn't make a New Year's resolution this year.
Clearly? What's that supposed to mean?
I mean,
clearly?
okay, let me.
You ain't doing nothing different.
That's not what I meant. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe we should actually define what a New Year's resolution is.
Okay. Go ahead and define it.
Because if I decide that I'm going to do something new this year, but I don't make a big declaration about it, does that count as a New Year's resolution? See what I'm saying? For me, the New Year's resolution.
It cannot be personal. You're saying you can't say to yourself, I'm going to make a New Year's resolution. It has to be that I'm saying to my friends or you
I'm asking.
that I am.
I'm asking. By the way, Camila's saying that was shade. My bad.
That was shade, for real.
But that's not how I meant it. But I'm just saying, when we make a New Year's resolution, does it count if we don't make a public declaration?
That's a good question. That's a good question because I think you're right. I think that New Year's resolution, it's like you have to say, and it's really about accountability, I think.
Okay.
I think that New Year's resolutions, everybody knows it's so hard to keep that thing going. So you have to tell somebody so that now you're accountable and now you have to follow through.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I agree with that.
And I think that's good.
I agree. But if I don't tell anybody, is it because I don't want to be accountable? Or could it also be because I don't want everybody to see when I don't do it anymore? Because here's my thing. A New Year's resolution should be legit and should work as long as I improve for a select period of time. So
it doesn't have to be that you follow through the entire year.
Right.
The point is, you started a New Year's resolution and it lasted for a couple weeks,
right,
and that's good enough.
So maybe exactly, and maybe
it may be good enough,
and maybe
depending on what it is.
And maybe that's another question that we ask. Another question is, what is considered a failed New Year's resolution?
Well, I think it's if you didn't meet your goal.
Okay,
if you didn't meet your goal, you failed.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Well, not necessarily, because if your goal was 20 pounds and you lost 10, that's pretty good.
I agree. That's
pretty
excellent.
good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If your goal, unless you stop the New Year's resolution, start eating again, and you gain it
Right.
back, then it's like, what was the point? But
Okay, so what would you say is the number one reasons why New Year's resolution? Number one reason
I know the
why New Year's
reason.
resolutions do not work.
I know the reason.
What's the reason?
The reason is because usually they're unrealistic. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I think when we, and we're going to talk about, we might as well go
Let's
ahead and
talk about
roll
it now.
into that.
Yes, yes.
New Year's relationship resolutions.
Okay, so
Okay.
so New Year's resolutions, I would say, are usually personal, and they're normally, like we said a second ago, about getting your weight together, changing your habits or your mindset or something like that, whatever, right? I wonder how many people make New Year's resolutions about their relationship. I wonder if
We
that's a
never
thing.
have.
I don't think we have either.
We've never even thought about that. And I think,
that's actually not true.
really?
Last year,
Was it New Year's?
yes. So technically, it was not New Year's. It was our anniversary. It was our 20th anniversary.
true. I
We're in the
remember that.
hotel.
You're right.
And I think the way that we said it
That wasn't
was
last year, by the way.
exactly. It was
was 2
2020.
years
It was 2 years ago. You're right. So I think the way we said it was almost like a New Year's resolution style.
Yes. And it was unrealistic.
And it was unrealistic.
And it didn't really last. Not
That's
that
true.
we aren't being honest, because I believe that was one of the honesty things.
So
And
you're-
we have gotten better.
just in case our
Yeah.
audience has not seen that one, they may
Yeah,
not
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Our resolution basically that year in 2020, once we hit 20 years of marriage, we said we're just going to be completely and brutally honest with each other.
Brutally, y'all.
Yeah, and we did it for a couple of days. It just wasn't working. and
Well,
like
I
April said, it's not like we're lying to each other or we're not being honest. But
Yeah, it's not that. We're talking about brutally honest. We're
Yeah.
talking about saying everything that you are thinking.
that wasn't a good idea.
That wasn't a good idea.
No, it wasn't.
And I don't know if that, and I think that was unrealistic. That's what I'm saying. That was
It
unrealistic
was.
because there are some things that you may not be able to say
You're right.
the way that you honestly want to say it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because
Yes.
it will hurt or
Yes.
it will, it'll break the person.
Yes.
And you can still get your point across. You can still talk about what it is that you want to share. But do you really have to be, say it the way you really want to say it?
Right. So then let's delve a little bit further into what makes for an unrealistic resolution. I would say to start, anything that has a superlative should be avoided. In other words, don't say always or never.
Yeah.
Or if I say I'm never going to do this again or whatever, I
Right.
think that's unrealistic.
Or we're going to always be brutally honest? Yeah.
It's unrealistic.
That was not realistic.
So any
Yeah.
resolution
Okay.
like that, I think is
Yeah.
bad.
I agree.
I think it's a good idea to declare that you're going to improve every year.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's a great idea for us. We have not done it. We should do it. I think it's a great idea for us as a couple to have some kind of New Year's resolution about us. Just like something that we're saying we're going to work on this and try to do better
Yes.
in this.
Yes. So I think you have to say, I think that's a great idea. And what I read in an article not long ago, and that was to sit down at the beginning of the year, every year,
Yes.
and just say, what are our goals as a couple?
So kind of
Almost
regrouping, looking
almost
again at
like
the
what have
vision
we,
statement
yes,
or something like that.
how has it been?
Yes.
What do we feel like we need to work on? Let's just work on that one thing. Because I feel like if you have
We've never done that.
we've never done that. Now, do we do that?
Of course. We're always assessing,
Yes,
I think.
always assessing, but I'm
Yes.
saying, like, I like the specific, we know we do this at the beginning of the year.
I agree.
We know at the beginning of the year we say, hey,
Yes.
let's reflect,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Let's reflect on last year.
Yes.
Okay, let's see what our issues were and let's see how and the things we need to do in order to improve.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I think
agree.
that's good.
Yeah.
I think you should do that.
I agree. And I think we should do it. And since we haven't done it yet for the year, I think we should do that at least partially tonight on the show.
You would say that.
What's the point of
Oh, my
this,
goodness.
right? Right, guys?
Yeah.
What's the point? So I'm saying let's do it tonight on the show. Let's each of us at
Okay.
some point,
So you're going to give me some time to think?
and I need
Okay.
some time to think too, because I haven't thought
Okay.
about it at all. I'm going to try to find one thing that I think we did well this year, and I want to find one thing that I think we could improve upon this year. I should say last year and this year. So one thing we did well in 2022, and one thing I think we should improve on in 2023.
I like
and you
that.
do the same thing.
I like that.
Okay,
and I
so
would challenge those who are listening and watching
to do the same thing.
I would challenge them to do the same thing.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
because I think it also gives yourself accountability to each other.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I
And
agree.
like you said, if it lasts for a couple months,
That's
you
something.
at least said that's something.
Yes.
Because that's something you can refer back to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really liked when we were doing that. And then you can kind of try to do it again. You know?
I think human nature is to always regress. It's part of us. We have to be fighting, I think, to improve, or else we're
Yeah.
always either stagnant or we're getting worse.
Definitely.
So I think that's a natural thing.
Right.
So even if we start off strong and do something hard at the beginning and go really nice with our resolution to begin with, at some point, you're probably going to revert back to the way things were because it was more comfortable or because that's what you were used to or whatever. And I
Right.
think that's okay.
Yeah.
And the idea is, once you say this is how we're going to operate, I think it gives us the excuse to be able to bring it up again later.
True.
And to say,
True.
you know what, like you said, I really liked it when it was like this.
Yeah,
I really
yeah,
liked
yeah.
it when it was like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so a couple of things real quick. Give me some things here that we can say are maybe good New Year's resolutions for couples to try to realistic ones, like some
Realistic
ideas. I think you found an article about it before.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about that right now?
Yeah, right now.
Okay.
We got 3 more minutes.
All right. So, set healthy boundaries. Because, that's something that you can talk about. Like, and then you can choose one thing. What one thing do we need? Okay, you know what? Our jobs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
need to not be at work until 9:00. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, or
yeah.
whatever the case is, we
Right.
need to stop working.
Or stop
a lot
bringing
of
work
people,
home or something like
A lot
that.
of people are working from home now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because after the pandemic and stuff,
Yeah.
it's like, well, I'm gonna say quarantine.
You should.
I should say
because the pandemic is
I
still
always
here.
say pandemic. But quarantine. People are now working from home,
Yeah.
and now it's like they don't stop.
Right.
I have friends that do not stop working. So
It's
setting
hard to
healthy
tell.
boundaries.
It's hard to tell when you're at home, when the workday begins and when it ends,
Right.
because
Yeah, but
you're
again,
basically always at work.
setting healthy boundaries, you can't just say, "Hey, we're gonna set boundaries here, 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 here."
It's
I
too
would
much.
say
It's unrealistic
choose
to
that
do a
one
bunch.
thing that you can focus on.
That's a good example.
Okay.
I want to give one more example in that
Okay.
category that
Okay.
would help out some other people. Maybe you think that your significant other makes themselves available to other people too readily. Maybe you think they answer the phone too often, or they're always on the
That's
phone,
good. That's good.
or they're not around enough, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Maybe you feel like there's not enough emotional availability going on. I think that's all in the boundaries category.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Anyway,
Okay.
let's give like 3.
All right.
You
All
know what
right.
I'm saying?
Head out, just the two of you. That's a good one because that is something you can just be deliberate about.
So you're saying my New Year's resolution is we're going to spend more time with just the two of us.
Just the two of
We're
us.
going to start having more date nights. We're going to have more
Listen,
movie nights.
And
We're going
you
to
don't
do
even
more
have
whatever.
to listen. You don't even have to go that far.
Okay.
Because some people with little children,
Yes.
it's very hard for them to do that.
Yes.
But you can decide. We're going to the grocery store together.
Right. That's
You know what
true,
I'm saying?
April.
Without the children, we're gonna ask somebody who can watch the kid for an hour.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Yeah,
like
that's something.
That's something.
People think that's not legit, but we used to actually go
Listen.
like to Target or Walmart in the middle of the night. That was great.
That
It was like
we
a
used to
date.
love that.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
I think, man, that would give couples so much. It would give them a boost.
I
you know
think
what I'm saying?
especially if they have quality time issues.
Yeah.
And maybe they're not able to spend enough time together and stuff like that. You'd be surprised just walking up and down the aisles at one of your favorite stores.
Without the kids.
Without the kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So I think that's
a realistic resolution.
Realistic. Okay,
Yeah.
let me give you a couple more. Ooh, this is a good one, honey.
What?
And you know how I've said this before. Be as kind to your partner as you are to your friends.
I've never heard that.
Wow.
That's a good one.
No, that is a really good one.
And that's low hanging fruit.
That's low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Like,
agree.
I mean, I think that I have gotten the most irritated when you are so nice on the phone with strangers, not even friends, okay? And friends.
And then right after they get off the
you got
phone.
attitude, like, you'll have an attitude or you'll be moody or whatever, and then somebody calls you, be like, hi.
That never happens.
And I'm like,
that's never happened.
How can you just?
Why are your caricatures of me? Why is the voice always so whack? You know what I'm saying? I don't sound like that. I don't sound like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my goodness. I don't know. Just seriously though, like I think that is one of the best
I agree.
New Year's resolutions.
That's a good one.
Because that's something you can think about, like,
and that's realistic because the reality is you already know how you treat people. Mm-hmm. You know how you talk to them. You know all of that.
Mm-hmm. And you don't do that all the time, babe. I'm just saying every once in a while. You know,
people laughing at me, but that's fine. You know what I'm saying? One more.
Okay, one more. Start the day with the question, what can I do today to make your day a little easier?
I like that one. Now, hold on. Can these New Year's resolutions be
Each day
one-sided?
ask your partner this.
Can these be one-sided? We're like, that's your New Year's resolution?
No, this is supposed to be
I know,
a relationship resolution.
I'm joking.
Okay.
I'm joking.
No, you're not.
I am.
Okay.
I'm playing.
So every day, I think that would be a tough resolution. I think that would be tough. What can I do today to make your day a little easier? And then you say something that is very hard.
Let me tell you why.
Tough.
Hold on. Let me tell you why that I think is a realistic resolution. Mm-hmm. 2 reasons. Number one, if you don't ask the question out loud to your actual partner, instead you ask yourself, what can I do to make their day easier? Mm-hmm.
Okay? You would say that. You know why you would say that?
Hold on. Why would I say that?
Because you are an acts of service who wants me to read your mind.
True. But yes, but that's not really what I'm saying.
But it is because someone else would say, I would like to hear my partner ask me that so that I can tell them.
So
that
you're
is
right.
very interesting.
But that's not where I'm going with this.
Okay.
What I'm saying
that is interesting.
What you just said a second ago was that if the person asks, the other one might just come up with something that's really hard. And so now
I was just saying that'd be tough because it's every day.
Right. So
and
here's
if it's
my
a
point.
New Year's resolution, that means every day for 365 days.
That's why you don't ask it out loud. What I'm saying is make it like the attitude of your heart when you wake up.
Yes, that's the attitude of my heart, babe.
I feel that. I actually have felt that.
Do?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
No question. I felt it for years. Now, that's my attitude too. But I think that the things that you want from me and the things that I think to give you are not always in line. I think that we would do better in our relationship if I actually asked you.
And we would do better if I could read your mind.
Right.
Right. Okay. I got it.
Right. By the way, our next episode might be about that because we made a really
I need to
big
write
discovery.
That down. We did.
We already did.
Wrote that down? Okay. Yeah, we did. We did.
We had a little.
Oh, that's
going to
be a really good episode,
exactly.
Y'all. So you got to come back for that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Anyway, so my second reason why I think that would be realistic, though, that you could actually do that. I can't remember now. The first reason was that you don't say it out loud.
Yeah.
That was it. The question is, what can I do today to make your day a little easier? So think about little things.
Yeah, little things. Yeah.
Little things matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be some big time thing or whatever.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true. No, you're right. It could be something as simple as, it could be something as simple as, can you, I don't know, make my shake in the morning?
Facts.
Right. Make my fruit shake in the morning.
Yes.
So that,
There are a number of things that I do in the morning for April. We've talked about them on the show before. That I try to make her day easier, especially in the morning when she gets up, because she has so many things on her mind. There's so many other things going on. And so when we had cars with gas, I would go and start the car and warm it up. I do like saying that. When we had gasoline vehicles, I would start the car for her so it would be nice and warm when she got in. I would sometimes make her tea in the morning or get her lunch out or just take all of her stuff to the car and put it in the trunk. And these are days that I didn't have to be at work early or anything. I would still get up with her and do that. And I still do things like that now.
You do.
But my attitude in that situation is, what can I do to make your day easier? And that one thing
I feel that.
To start the day,
Every morning I feel that, because even when John maybe doesn't have to go to work that day or get up as early, he will say, you can turn on the light.
Yeah.
That makes it a little easier.
Right.
Something as simple as, baby, it's okay, you can turn on the light. I'm like, oh, thank you. Because I'm trying to, I'm tripping over stuff in the dark, trying to be quiet.
Right.
So that's interesting.
Let's take a couple of these comments just to make sure we're still, not ignoring them. So Camila says, I don't think it needs to be public. I think it makes it more likely to be successful. So in Camila's situation, she's saying, at least for her, non-public resolutions for her make her more successful.
Got it.
Abigail says, I don't make New Year's resolutions due to the fact that I stop halfway through the year. See, this is what I'm saying. There are people out there that say, I'm going to fail. If I don't do it the whole year, then I'm just not doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Jared says, I think you have to know what you need. Some people need accountability and some don't.
And see, that's what I'm
Facts.
saying. That's what I agree, because I think that I'm not one that's going to shout it from the mountaintops.
Right.
But I am going to say it to you.
Yes.
I'm going to say it to my sister. I'm going to say it to my mama.
Right.
Because those are people going to be like, yo, why you eating
how-
that cake?
right.
You said you
Are
said you
keeping
ain't
up
have sugar.
with your sugar,
Right.
fast or whatever you're supposed to do?
Exactly.
Angie says, I don't think not meeting your goals means you fail. I think you were successful if you created new habits and your mindset changed.
True.
So this is what I'm kind of going with it.
And I did change my statement with you failed.
Yeah, yeah. But this is what I'm kind of going with this. I'm saying,
if you got something.
yes, I think people need to start thinking differently about a New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
I don't think, first of all, I think it's more realistic if you say, I'm not necessarily going to do this for the whole year. This is not something this is something I'm going to start my year with. No, for real.
No.
And if it stays long enough, maybe it's a mindset that sticks and you don't have to worry about it again.
Yeah, and I say try to stick it through. How many days does it take to create a habit? What is it?
40?
Something like that?
It's like 6 weeks.
Yeah. It's like 6 weeks.
Now, 6 times 7 is 42, right? So it's about 40 days, something like that.
So
Somewhere
I would
in there.
say if you could try to say, hey, I'm going to at least stick it through until 6 weeks or whatever it is to create a habit.
Yes.
You could say that.
That would make a difference. Jared said he remembers it lasted about 2 days. He's talking about when we were talking about telling the truth to each other. He's right.
That was awful.
It was
awful.
It was definitely
awful.
It was definitely pretty short.
It was awful.
It was like by the next post that we made, we had already abandoned it.
Oh, it was terrible. That is not.
Am says, what a great surprise. Hey, Amber.
Hi,
What's up? You tell Steve we said what's up. Miss you guys big time.
Steve.
We got to talk. You know what I'm saying? And Joseph said, I love this.
Hey,
we love it too, Joe.
Joseph.
This is literally, we love this. Like facts. Like I'm not seriously like. Somebody asked me this earlier. They asked me, like, what would you love to be doing? I said, I would love to be doing this. This right here. Like, if we could just do this all the time. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we love it.
Yeah, we do.
We really love it. It's you guys, though.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
because we talk to each other like this all the time.
Y'all,
it's cool, but you know what I'm saying?
Y'all, I'm not lying. Me and John literally talk like this all the time.
We do.
We have, it's like, and it's so funny because we'll be having a conversation like this, and I'm like, man, it's like we having a show right now because
and that's what we stop and write it down. You know what I'm saying?
We've done this since the beginning.
It's true. It's been our whole lives.
Anyway.
George says it's 21 days.
Oh, 21 days. Okay. 3
China
weeks.
agrees.
Okay. That's less time.
Yeah, it's only 3 weeks.
I can do 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was little as 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Wow, that makes
I thought
me
it was
feel
6.
better.
I doubled it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I said 42, but you know what I'm saying? So you
Wow,
should be
only
able to do
21
that.
days. That's it? Wow.
Yeah. Should be able to do that. So
able to do
maybe
that.
the New Year's resolutions that we have, we should set realistic goals
Mm-hmm.
on time and realistic goals about the quality or quantity of this thing. So
True.
it's not going to be, cold turkey. I'm never going to do it again. It's not going to be, from now on. You know what I'm saying? Nothing like that. I think it should
you're
be.
right.
You know
You're
what I'm
right.
saying? Anyway.
I agree.
Okay, so Bryant Goodine, OG Chime in the house. What the deal be?
Bryant.
Man, you know what? Z, this is what happens, man. People start getting used to you not being around, and then, you know what I'm saying, they're not there.
What?
Brian
He's
hasn't been here. He's finally here, but look
What you mean finally?
Look what time he's on. 9:33. You know what I'm saying? We've been on 30
Listen,
minutes.
folks got
You know what
stuff to do. Okay?
I'm glad you came,
He came on.
Bryant.
I am so glad you came.
Ambry says, no, you stated on the show with an expert, it actually takes longer than 21 days. Can't remember why.
We did?
Who was the
Okay.
expert we were talking to on the show, though? Who would that have been? We've had several experts on the show.
Let me Google that,
I
joint.
just can't remember.
Let me Google that.
So Sheldon says goals are different than dreams. Goals can be realistic. Dreams should be so large that only God can make it happen. Facts, Sheldon. That's a yeah. That deserves a little. You know what I'm saying? But that's a very good point. So that if your thing that you're doing is unrealistic, it can be unrealistic if it's a dream. Sheldon said if it's a goal, it should be realistic. It should be reachable. Should be attainable.
Okay.
But a dream should be so big.
Now, I
There's
agree
no way
with
you
that.
can do that by yourself.
Yeah, dreams
You know
are
what I'm saying?
definitely bigger than goals.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's
So
good.
it says here.
And Wanda says 21
now-
days too. So
now, I don't know who this is.
The
So
experts on this show
This is
agree.
behavioral psychology. Okay.
All right.
All right. That's what the name of this thing.
All
Okay.
right, yeah.
On average, it takes more than 2 months before a new behavior becomes automatic.
2 months.
Okay. 66 days to be exact.
Okay.
And how long it takes a new habit to form can vary widely depending on the behavior the person and the circumstances. That's true, because if it's something that is simple,
Yes.
it may take 21 days.
Right.
Something that's a little more difficult, it may take 66.
So I was even short
it
on
says
mine too.
here-
I said 42, so that's really not
This
long
is
enough. You need 2 months.
Laley or Lally's study. I don't know. It took anywhere from 18 days to 254 days for people to form a new habit. So I guess it depends on the level of habit that you're trying to attain
Okay,
for,
that makes sense.
that makes sense, because I think it's a lot easier to, if you say I'm going to, every night I'm going to floss.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That might be easier to attain. That might be easier to make a habit in 21 days, right? But if you say, which is very difficult for me.
The flossing?
This right here I'm about to say. Flossing is not difficult.
I know,
This
I'm
is
just kidding.
difficult.
What?
Getting up as soon as my alarm goes off.
You've never done that.
I don't think I've ever done it in my entire
Has that
life.
been a resolution? Have you ever even tried? Yeah.
I was just saying if it was.
That would take
I don't think
that would
I-
take you 67 days. 68. 70.
I don't think that I'm able to do that.
You can. I believe in you.
Man, I've
Oh,
tried.
do you want to? No,
not
you do
really.
not. Listen,
I
guys,
love
hold on.
pressing snooze.
April snoozes. Hold on. April snoozes at least 3 times a morning. If she had
Y'all,
her way,
I
she would
said
snooze
3.
5 times.
No,
Listen.
I said 3
Hold on.
alarms.
Sometimes she'll set her initial alarm earlier so she can snooze more.
Dude, I don't know what that is.
I don't get it.
And John's like, why don't you just sleep?
Yeah, just sleep all that
you
time.
get more sleep, but I don't know that I'm sleeping.
Right. You want
It's something about waking up and then saying, ooh, I get to go back to sleep for 10 more minutes. That does something
That's
to
hilarious,
me.
man.
But I read that that's not good at all.
I read the same thing.
That's a terrible sleeping habit.
Once you read it to me, I read it afterwards. Bryant agrees that he deserves the chastisement. I knew he
Okay,
knew. You know what I'm saying?
okay, good,
Nate
good,
says
good.
J&A kept the New Year's resolution to return to the show. You are correct, sir.
Yes,
we did keep that.
say
That's a
we
good
were going to
point.
return. Yes.
Bryant talking about I was out because I was recovering from being on that Robinson secret dust.
Okay.
That and trying this thing called fatherhood with purpose. Okay.
Tell me about
all
that
right.
dust, child.
We don't know
Tell
what
me
that
about
dust
that
is,
dust.
but off the air, we need to know what that is. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, somebody is with me on this. Amber said, me too, April.
She
I
does
had to
that.
resort to putting my alarm in the bathroom to walk. See, I ain't doing that. I am not. I did that before. I put it on the side of the room, other side of the room. I was like, I did that for like a couple of days. I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
Tiffany said, no, we need time to wake up.
Right.
So she got to thaw out.
Is it a
in the
woman
morning.
thing?
Maybe, but Wanda says I do the same thing.
It must
She
be
got
a
her
woman-
joint in all caps.
It must be a woman thing.
It's not good. No, Wanda, we read this thing. You need to find that, April. You need to share
I
it with
do.
the chimes.
It actually,
we will post it, y'all.
it was legit, y'all. It was
It
legit
said,
because
it said something about.
listen, we wear whoops.
Yeah.
We listen to.
Yeah, we do.
And if you don't know what a whoop is, just look it up and see all the stuff that it does, and it helps you with.
WHOOP.
Yes, it helps you with sleep. Your sleep patterns.
You can
and all
track
that
it and stuff like that.
Anyway, I was reading something with that.
And it says something like that. Something happens with like you have a sleep cycle. You have to cycle through specific
Right. Your
parts
REM,
of sleep.
deep, and all that.
Yeah, light sleep, deep sleep, REM sleep.
Right.
There's like a whole cycle, and when you break it, you don't get as much rest.
And then if you
so
try
to
to-
do a short snooze, you're not getting as
And
much.
I
as
actually
you think.
go back to sleep, y'all. I actually go back to sleep. I'm talking about like dreaming for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I go back to REM.
Tiffany said, "Whoop, there it is."
Exactly. Whoop, there it is, honey child.
And
yes.
Abdel said it's not a woman. thing.
Okay, Abdel, do you have the same issues with this?
I think she's telling it on her husband. That's what she's doing. She
Oh,
said,
Abdel said that.
Yeah,
Okay.
Abdel said that it's not a woman thing.
Oh, it's not a woman thing.
Right.
Okay.
That's Abdel Ferdinand.
Yes.
Well, I don't know how to pronounce your last name, but we know you as Ferdinand. The bathroom sounding like
a
a
choir.
choir for 15 minutes. That's exactly what would happen. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But
I'm
there's
not
no way
doing
you're
that.
doing that.
And then John will be mad as what?
I would be.
That thing
so
is
mad.
going off and I'm not getting up. Nah. I just go ahead
That's
and let
crazy.
him. All
Okay, we need to transition because we don't have much time. We only
Okay.
have like 20 minutes left.
right. All right.
All right, so the first thing is we have to do what we said just now. We have to think of.
That's
we
what
have
you
to-
said. I didn't know we were doing that.
I didn't know either. I made it up just now. So
Okay.
you have to come up with one thing that we did well this year. And I'll do the same.
Okay.
And then we're going to come up with one thing that we need to improve on this year. Just
Okay.
one thing. And by the way, the thing that we need to improve on, we kind of talked about something that we said we were going to talk about in the show. We can make that our thing if you want to.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, then we can't do that. Well, then I'll make that mine.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just gonna go with the flow.
Okay,
Whatever.
go ahead. So tell me one thing you think we did well this year.
Okay, I think.
And it has to be as a
let's
couple.
see. Oh, she said I do not. Adele does not do that.
I told you she doesn't do that. I'm saying the fact that she says it's not a woman thing.
So why do you say it's not a woman thing?
Well, I guess she's saying she doesn't do it and she's a woman. I don't think we meant that all women do it. I think it just sounded like a lot of women in the Chimes just now were doing it. So
right.
knows?
That's well, yeah.
Anyway.
Hey, Claxton. Mrs. Claxton.
Karen says, I need my alarm, my husband, and a phone call to wake me up.
Wow. Listen, I understand, okay? No judgment here. Oh, Mrs. Claxton says,
use an app.
I use an app to get me up when I'm in the lightest sleep cycle.
That's
How?
smart.
Please send me the app.
Now, hold on. We have
What
Whoops.
app is that?
Why doesn't Whoop do that? Why can't we set the Whoop to wake us up while we're in the lightest sleep
Does
cycle?
Whoop have that kind of technology?
Well, Whoop wakes us up. We can set an alarm.
I pay enough for this.
That's what I'm saying.
The Whoop should... Look, I pay enough for this, so the Whoop should definitely be waking me up.
It already taps you on the wrist in the morning to wake you up.
Do you all know that this thing tapped me on the wrist this morning? I didn't even feel it. Do you know
April
that I was
woke up
about to
late.
be... My daughter knocked on my door. That's the only reason why I woke up. I was dead. Like, how?
Dead. I don't know.
I did not feel... And this thing buzzes for a long time on the arm. I felt nothing. And it told me it went off. Like, I saw that it went off. So...
You didn't wake up. We know that.
Anyway.
Okay, so she says she'll post the name when she finds it. You have to sleep with the Apple Watch or phone. Oh. I see. Oh, you know what? We might have a Whoop referral link, actually. I got to find that. We do need to post
Ambry
that.
always be getting us on
She
point.
thinks
Ambry,
you're right.
you, girl, honey child, thank you.
He said, Sheldon said, Whoop should get the car ready and the Keurig going. He has what you would say. That's how much money we spend on this job.
I agree.
Okay, you had enough time to stall now.
Oh, really?
What's one thing that you think we did well this year?
I think, honestly,
Yes.
I really think we did well with the whole vulnerability. Mm-hmm. What is it?
I agree with you. Honesty.
Honesty, transparency,
and vulnerability. I
and
think
we
did
would
well with
say,
that this year, too.
you know, HTV. I'm
Yeah.
about to do a HTV.
Yes.
And then we would say what we need to say, and it was received so much better.
Yes.
Because we kind of gave ourselves a warning.
Yes.
I'm about to HTV.
Yes.
And we really suggest this, you know, warning your partner. I don't say warning, but
No, it's warning.
you know, warning your partner.
Because the warning is, for me, when I say I'm about to get vulnerable right now and whatever, what I'm saying that for is do not diss me.
Right. That's
Like,
what
do not make me feel.
Do not make me feel. Do not make me regret.
There you go.
Saying
There
what
you
it
go.
is that
Don't
I'm
make me
sharing.
regret- exactly.
Sharing
Do
this
not make me
feeling, this
regret
deep
doing it.
feeling.
Yes.
That is very important to me because there have been times where I know that what I'm about to say, John would be like, "That ain't that deep. Why are you
Right.
tripping?" You know what I'm saying?
But when you
And
lead with
when
that, then I
lead
say,
with
okay, I
that-
can't respond that way. I got to
Exactly.
take this seriously.
Yeah.
How many HTVs?
How many HTVs? As many as you need.
That's what I'm saying. The
really,
point
this
is-
this is not like something I've noticed that this is
But-
not something that gets old.
It has not gotten old.
It has not gotten
That's
old,
true.
and I will just say HTV Bay.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, and then I say it like literally for me.
Hold on. Sheldon said no disrespect is not the way to phrase it. I agree. Because when you say no disrespect, usually you're about to say something disrespectful.
Did I say no disrespect?
No,
Who
he's
said
just
no
saying, say HTV, I'm about to get vulnerable, whatever, but don't start with no disrespect.
no
but that's not the way to do it.
No,
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
exactly,
usually that
exactly.
means you're about to say the
Did
wrong
you wanna
thing.
press that?
Not yet.
Not yet,
No,
okay.
No.
So-
we'll do that when we do the next
Okay.
thing. Yes.
Daily, weekly, monthly, anytime you need to.
Right. So
that's
Tiffany,
the thing.
Right. So what we're talking about here, it's not actually a planned thing. The way we do it and way we've been doing it is there are times when April will want to talk to me about something. And she knows from experience that this is the kind of thing that I usually disregard her on or don't take seriously enough or whatever. And she doesn't want that to happen. So she'll say to me, hey, I'm about to get vulnerable. Actually, that's the way I usually say it, but
Yeah,
whatever.
John usually says I'm about to give. I'll be
I
like,
wanna get vulnerable
"Babe,
right now."
I'm about to HTV.
Right.
Okay.
Something like that. And HTV just means honesty, transparency, vulnerability. She's really going to do it and just say what she wouldn't normally say because she's putting herself out there in a way that she doesn't want to get crushed. And so what
Yeah.
she's basically saying is, please don't crush me. That's basically what
And
that
it's so
is.
funny because when John says I'm about to be vulnerable, it's like my body literally goes into a calm openness
You have to
that
you have
is
to train
ready
that
to
too.
receive whatever it is that he is. And I it's crazy because I don't get defensive. I automatically, you know, like normally I might get defensive right away or something like that. But when he says that, it's like, okay, my body calms down. I am open now to hearing something that may be hard for me to hear. but I'm able to respond in a
Yes.
way that I know, okay, I know that he's actually opening himself to being vulnerable for getting hurt
Yes.
with my words, and I decide not to do that because he's let me know I'm being vulnerable right now. I'm telling you, it has been wonderful, and that was better than brutally honest.
The brutally honest thing.
The brutally honest thing, I think we just wanted to be able to just,
That's what it was. April.
you know what I'm saying?
I think the
And
intention
that does not
the intention of the brutally. Hey, what's up, Deidre? Deidre
What
just
up,
came on.
Deej?
What's up,
Hey,
fam?
little sis.
It's good to see you. See, if we stay on long enough, they all just come back. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing.
We stay on long-
You gotta
is that
stay
what
on-
it is?
It was
You gotta
45
stay-
minutes in. Now dudes are joining. You know what I'm saying? So we got to go long tonight. You know what I'm
See,
saying?
Amber said that HTV episode y'all did was on point. I need to go back and rewatch. Really, that episode helped me.
It did.
Like,
It
it
helped
helped
me
us
too.
because as we were talking to you guys, some
Yes.
things came out, and it was like, just sharing that with you all helped
Yes.
us realize we really needed to have that in our
And
relationship.
Mrs. Claxton found the name of the app is Sleep Cycle.
Okay, I
And
will
also,
be looking it up.
I love this idea. Need that and love the HGTV reference.
Yes, yes,
That's exactly right. You can just call it HGTV and,
Right.
and add some whatever the G
Yeah,
would be.
whatever
good,
you wanna do.
Whatever. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Okay, so here's Brian's question.
Mm-hmm.
And this give me time to think about mine because you just gave what you think we did good
Yeah, and
for
you
the
don't
year.
know.
I don't know yet.
And you came up with this, and you don't even know the
Yeah,
the answer.
but I've been talking all the time. I had time to
Okay,
think.
all right.
Okay, question. If you do get crushed, how
Mm-hmm.
long does it take for the memory of the person being supportive for all those years kick in? Do we really spend time focusing more on the body of work than the moment? I don't know what happened. Why did it go away? Did I click it off by
I think you
accident?
did.
I didn't mean to do that. I'll leave
Yeah.
it up there now.
Okay.
That's a good question, Bryant.
I don't think I understand.
I do.
Okay.
So what he's really talking about now is something that I think we men concern ourselves with. That is, let's just say, I see, I have it set to go off at a certain time.
Oh, okay.
I didn't mean to do
Okay.
that. Let's just say that that I have a reputation with you of not listening in a situation like that and sort of disregarding it or whatever. He's asking, how long does it take for my supportiveness to overtake your feeling that I always crush you? See what I'm saying?
Honey,
And the
child,
question is, I
let me
don't
tell you
know.
something.
It takes,
No.
Sometimes it takes a long
From-
time.
I don't think so.
For you, it doesn't.
For me, and if I'm hearing
But
this
hold on.
correctly,
Pause
if
for a
I'm
second.
hearing this correctly.
Pause before you say what you say.
Wait. Let me make sure I know what he's
I don't
asking.
think you're going to be normal. I think you're going to answer correctly. Go ahead and answer in a second. But I think you're not normal because you're not a grudge holder. April's an anti-grudge holder. April literally wants whatever ill feeling that's happening to go away to the point where she will do whatever it takes for us to be good again. So she's not the right person to ask about this because I don't
Well, I think
think
other
it would take a
people are
long
like
time.
that.
Some people are, but a lot of people are good at holding grudges. You're just not.
I mean, I can remember how I felt and I see what he's saying. Like, how long does it take for you to not, I guess, remember how you felt when?
Here it is. If
Yeah.
you do get crushed, how long does it take for the memory of the person being supportive for all those years kick in? Do you really spend time focusing more on the body of work than the moment? Okay, so he's asking something, the same thing I said, but slightly different.
Okay.
He's saying if he's a supportive husband,
Yes.
or if she's a supportive wife, supportive boyfriend, supportive girlfriend, and today they crush you, how long does it take for you to remember he's always supportive? Like he might have crushed you just now, but he doesn't normally do that. He's trying to get some credit for being good most of the time, is what he's saying.
Got it.
He said, do we spend more time focusing on the moment than we do the body of work? I'm a good guy. I usually listen to you. And now here you are punishing me for basically disregarding you once, is what I think he's saying.
Yeah.
The answer is I don't know. I think that time period varies.
Okay, so now that I know what he's asking, my answer would change.
What would you
I
say?
feel like sometimes it's that moment.
Yes.
It's the moment, No, really. Like,
Yeah.
it would be nice if you could say, you know what, I'm not going to really trip about him crushing me right now because he's usually supportive. But because I'm crushed right now, I'm in my feelings right now.
Yes.
I
You ain't
can't
going to sit out.
really-
You ain't going to step out of your feelings to be
I
like,
can't
oh,
really,
it's always good.
Exactly. I
I'm
can't
in a really good relationship.
Yeah. It's very hard to do that.
is.
Now,
It is.
after things get good,
Yeah.
you can say, I know you don't do that all the time.
Right.
I know this
Yes.
is, but it really hurt me. And actually, Brian, it hurts more when you don't do that all the time.
Right. Because this is unlike you.
It's unlike you. So
Yeah.
for you to crush me that one time when you normally are very supportive, it's actually worse.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's the case.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just like no one. I mean, think about it. Somebody who's always been so kind and loving to you, all of a sudden hurts your feelings out of nowhere. That's gonna hurt you more because that person you never felt would do that. So actually, it's worse.
Right.
You better just crush them all the time, and then they used to. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But yeah,
Miss Scott says very true, but it doesn't last too long for me. Thank God. That is good.
good.
Karen, yes, validate the moment. Wanda says she's the same way. Do you think it's a Southern Peach thing? I'm just saying. Married to a New Yorker also.
Demographics matter.
Why? Why you got to come for us now? You know what I'm saying? What did we do?
It is true though.
That does have something to do with it.
It does.
There is a dynamic.
There is. I'm sorry.
And we've talked about that a million times. There's a dynamic between us of my sort of raw.
And see, that's the thing. We decided to do this whole brutally honest because of John. It's like
it was my
it
revelation.
was your.
I've been
It
wanting to do
was,
for a
and
long
I
time.
really was just like, okay.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you really don't want me to be brutally honest. You think you do because you are.
Yeah.
It's almost like.
And she was right about that part too.
Yeah.
It's like I actually was more sensitive than she was, and it's probably because she's been receiving this from me for so long. She's had to learn how to deal with it. I don't get that from her ever, and like she just said.
And I know you. I know you don't. That's what I'm saying.
It's like,
exactly.
So it was never a good idea.
Exactly. It was not a good idea. It was not.
Charles said we are very raw. That's true. Teresa said you nailed it. Now is she saying you nailed the New Yorker demographics thing, or nailed the other part? She might have been talking about the other part. What with the discovery you just came up with, which is when the person never does that, it actually hurts more.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
She said, Miss Claxton, T.D. Jakes talks about this. Women talk in circles, men talk in direct lines, but men can't take it when it's dished, in my humble opinion.
Can't. And you know what?
It's probably true.
I have said to John, if I were to actually say.
Yeah. And you're probably right.
Raw.
I think, well, you are right. We discovered that already.
Yeah. You know?
Kala says, I think, hey, Kala.
Hey, Kala.
I think it may hurt more because there is trust there and you don't have your guard up. Very true.
Yes.
It's a very good point.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we've had some time.
Okay.
I think I know what I want to say. That we did well this year.
When you going to do that?
Right now.
Okay. All right.
So what we did well this year is actually what I think we need to talk about that we need to improve this year too.
Okay.
All right. So this year, in my opinion, I think we did really well in making some discoveries about who we are individually, and it directly impacted our relationship. Okay.
Expound.
So first of all, this year, I should say last year, we're talking about 2022. Last year, I had my sabbatical. The sabbatical came on the heels of what I would call, it wasn't a nervous breakdown. It was at least, occupational burnout. But I think it was more than that. I think I was actually headed toward a nervous breakdown. I actually do. I do. And so there was some
nervous breakdown. You sure about that?
I think I was headed toward there.
Okay.
I don't think I was on top of it. I don't think if it were one more week it would have happened. I just think maybe
if you had continued.
If I had not taken that sabbatical, it might have happened in 2023.
No,
like I might have had my nervous breakdown now.
never seen you.
Yes.
I mean, so some people, guys, when they are like stressed at work and they are, basically kind of burnt out or whatever, they just, I've seen this with people. I don't know if it's everybody, but they just kind of, not do anything.
Right.
Kind of like just give up on stuff. Just just don't do anything.
Right.
Don't work as hard.
Yeah.
John's the opposite.
That's true.
So it's like his burnout looked like, I'm going to actually do everything. I'm going to actually triple book.
Right.
I am going to say yes to you. I'm going to say, babe, I'll do that. I'll get that done. And then you're literally like a chicken with your head cut off. And I'm sitting up here like, stop.
Yes.
I will do that. Stop.
Right.
Wait,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Right.
No.
Yeah.
It was very difficult.
was a lot.
It was hard to see you running around like that.
Yeah.
When I knew you couldn't do everything. And I was
Right.
literally like sitting back like this, like calmly watching, seriously watching you like, what is happening? Babe, you had a meeting at 2 and you scheduled something else at 2.
Right.
You realize you got to take the
You were
kids.
saying that to me like at least 2 or 3 times a week.
And I wanted to be
Reminding me of
brutally
things,
honest,
stuff like that.
but
Right.
I wasn't because I knew that would hurt.
I was very fragile during that time.
Very fragile.
So that's what I think we did well. I think we actually figured out some things about ourselves this year. I think we kind of made some strides in that area. But I also think that's the thing that we need to do in 2023. That needs to be
Okay.
our resolution.
What's that?
But before I say that, let me say a little
Therapy?
bit more. Yeah, all that. So let me say a little bit more about what I think we did well this year. So it started with me basically saying I need to take this time away and really figure some things out. And I think I was able to overcome some guilt that goes along with my occupation. I think I was able to say it's okay for me to rest. I think I was able to say I'm not weak because I got counseling or therapy.
Wow.
I think all that, and I think all of that helped me to be a better husband.
Yeah.
And then what it did was it opened my eyes to what you were going through as well. You were doing some of the same kinds of things. You were basically killing yourself at work, killing yourself at home as well, and not ever really taking time for yourself. And I think my permission to do that for me opened my eyes to this idea. I've got to give my wife the same permission to be able to do that. And I feel like we started to have this thing now where we began to rise above the, I don't want to say the tyranny of there was just, we were under this self-imposed guilt trip, I would say. Because when I
So
look,
true.
when I stepped back and looked at it, I said to myself, no one else was doing that to us. We were doing that to ourselves. We
Really?
created a reality that had to look a certain way, and if we did not measure up to that, we felt guilty. But nobody told us it had to be that way.
No.
And so I think we
No.
did that well this year.
Yeah.
I think
I agree.
we did a good
I
job
agree.
of discovering that this year.
I think we did well with saying, even though this is what I don't even want to say society because it's even smaller than that.
It was just our community.
Our community,
Yeah.
let's say that.
Yeah.
Our community says we have to have A, B, and C.
Yes.
And then we say, wait a minute, who said we have to have A, B, and C?
Right.
Like, not who said it. We know who said it.
Right.
But why do we have to do A, B, and C because they said it?
Right.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes.
And that was actually tough because not deciding, okay, we're not going to have A, B, and C. Then you had to see what the responses. You had to
Yes.
deal with some of the responses.
Yes, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
So I think the thing about this though is, if I were to describe what that was, right? If I were to call it something, I would say we grew up a little bit more in 2022.
Definitely.
And that really
Definitely.
impacted, I think, our marriage in a very different way. I feel like we went to another level. And by the way, that 7-month off with no live was part of it. Like I said, we love you guys, but there was so many things. There were so many things happening. We had too many
We were
balls
making
in the air at the same
huge
time.
changes. That's what it was. We were making some huge changes.
Yes.
And needed that time
We
to
needed it.
figure things
We
out
had to do
and
it.
to move from this is what you're supposed to do.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
And we're
so-
still moving from
we
the
are.
this is what you're supposed
We
to
are. We are.
do. It takes time in other areas.
Yes. Okay. So here's what I think our New Year's resolution should be.
Okay.
I think we should really lean into that. I think this year needs to be about us becoming more of our authentic selves.
I love that.
That's what I think.
I love that.
And I think when that happens, we're going to see great results in every area of our life, including obviously our relationship. There's no question about it. It's going to impact it dramatically.
Yeah, and the fact that you said that, I think that's really good because a lot of people, and this is just, me talking to people, don't feel comfortable being their authentic selves.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like really feeling like if I am, I'm going to be judged.
Yes.
I'm going to be criticized. I'm going to be ridiculed for feeling this way or laughing out loud or whatever it is. I mean, that's little, but I'm just saying like just really being your authentic self.
And I want to make sure that people understand what I mean when I say that. I'm not talking about a license to be obnoxious or I'm just going to ignore all social norms and start just being whatever. I'm not talking about me, or I should say I'm not talking about my being like selfish.
No, I don't think that's what is coming across.
Well, I hope not. I want to make sure.
don't think so.
I want to make sure that's
I don't
clear,
think so.
though.
Yeah.
When I'm talking about authenticity, I'm saying, number one, I have to have the courage to look at who I am and to make sure that I'm being who I feel like God wants me to be, and like I am doing the things that I think are true to my values and
Right.
I'm not just doing stuff that other people do.
And I think that's what's coming across in this conversation. I think that's what's coming across because we started off with the idea that this community, your community, whatever it is, so even society says you have to be A, B, and C.
Right.
And who says that you have to do that?
That's what I'm saying.
And I'm saying if you and God or whoever it is that you are, your higher power, whatever it is that you feel connected to,
Yes.
says, hey, I'm okay with you doing that, then I don't see why you can't do the things that you want to do. That is, like you said, that goes along with your values and things like that. That's outside of what the community and what the society says that you have to do. And I think sometimes we're bound by that.
Yes.
We are put in a little box that
Yes.
says you have to do it this way. Here's the box you stay in and don't go out. And if you step out, if you try to step out, sometimes we feel the negativity,
Like the pressure?
the pressure that the community gives.
Yes.
And then you say, oh, let me get back in that box. I don't like the way that feels. Ooh, I do not like the way that feels. So I'm going to get back in the box.
We have to have the courage that once we step out, we may not be accepted the same way. And
you may lose some people in your
there you go.
lives. You may.
And what I'm saying is, that's what I think I want for us this year. I want something for us in 2023 that says we need to be authentic, even at the risk of losing people that probably weren't as close friends as we thought, because if we were that close, we should be able to withstand this, right?
True.
Like, what friend doesn't want their friend to be authentically who they are, right?
Some don't.
That means
Because some friends,
that I can judge the level of our friendship is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I'm
so if we end up losing, I say, okay, well, I thought we were closer than we were, and I guess we weren't.
And I think I've realized that there are some people who have put you in a box and said, this is the way I need you to be for me.
Yes.
And when you're not that way, I don't like it.
Right.
So I'm going to show you that I don't like it. And I'm saying, I mean, that goes along with you as a couple, as, individuals.
Yeah.
I think that's a great New Year's resolution.
So 2 ways, because
how many days we're going to need to make that a habit?
Well, I don't know. That's a good question. But I actually don't want to set a limit on it.
I'm joking.
No, I think, but because I think some of these, in order to make them realistic, you probably have to put some kind of time frame on it.
Right.
I don't want to do that. I want it to be like a journey. I want it to be something that we embrace for this year, and that we're not necessarily hard on ourselves if certain things don't happen. But I do want to do 2 things, though. Okay, so one thing I think we should do, I think we should have a mission statement or vision or something like that. I think we should work on that.
We did that.
Have we done that before?
Didn't we do that before?
I don't remember. Maybe we did. I don't know what it is.
Wait, I did that.
Now, we've worked on a mission statement for John and April. I'm talking about something for our family. Like I don't mean our business, John and April. I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying?
We did.
We
maybe
may have.
Maybe that was a business.
So I think we need something. It doesn't
I
have to,
agree.
it doesn't have to
I
be a vision
like
statement.
that. I like
It could be a creed, whatever it is. It's something that we can remember easily that will help to realign us when we find ourselves straying back to sort of the caving under the pressure of the community. You know what I'm saying? I want something like that. The second thing is, I think we should really study this personality type thing that we did that one time. We did the 16 personalities thing a while ago.
Guys, you have to do it. If you haven't done it, and even if you have, you should do it again.
So go to 16personalities.com. 16personalities.com is free.
Let me put that in the chat.
And they give you a bunch of stuff. They give you like once you're done doing the personality assessment, they will give you an entire printout of what everything means. It's pretty in depth, and after that, you usually get emails because they're going to ask you for your email address. But the emails are always really helpful. It kind of tells you about your tendencies and things like that. I think we should lean into that a little bit more in 2023. Like look at what ours said and maybe do it again just to make sure we're the same people. but lean into it a little bit more and try to become more of our authentic selves.
Did I do that right?
16personalities.com. Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
But now you may have to do www. Maybe you don't.
I'll do it.
Press enter and see what happens.
I'll do it anyway.
Okay. Anyway, so my point is, I really think that's something we need to do in 2023 to really take us to the next level.
I agree.
What do you think?
I love that idea.
Yeah.
I am all for that.
Good.
I'm all for that because, I mean, me as the personality that I have, when I read the things about myself, I was like, wow, these things are so true.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes it's your personality also that kind of keeps you from moving the way that you should move.
Yes.
you
It
know.
dictates a lot more
Because
than we
one
realize.
thing, my personality, it said that I was very loyal and to a fault sometimes.
Yeah.
Where like you need to leave a job,
But you
you're
don't.
loyal to that job,
right,
and
right,
you don't.
right, right.
It specifically said, I'm like, man, I remember when. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
and the only thing that moved me was the fact that your job moved us.
Right. And you were able to do it. But yeah.
So I think those are things that you got to kind of, even though it's your personality, there are some weaknesses there.
Yeah.
Or growth areas there.
Yeah.
I always say growth areas. Growth areas. So
let's take some of these comments. I don't know if they have anything to do with what we were just talking about because it was so long ago. But this is what Bryant says: if a woman's superpower is her words and a man's superpower is his strength, then why is it okay for a woman to continue to use their strength even when there is discord and men are prohibited, chastised from using theirs? That's an interesting question. I don't know. I guess I don't agree that women should misuse their strength similarly to what you're saying about men. I think a man putting his hands on his woman or something like that obviously is a misuse of his strength. And I think a woman could be misusing hers too, by
talking
maybe
down
to
Yeah.
him, maybe being manipulative. There's all kinds of things. So I think there should be restraint shown in that regard as well. Miss Claxton says, woof, this season has been rough. This year was definitely breakdown territory for me. I feel you. So we got others going through the same stuff. By the way, let me tell you something about this. I don't think it's a coincidence that 2022 was 2 years after 2020 and all that stuff that we went through there. So I think a lot of people found themselves in breakdown territory, possibly because of all of the different trauma we went through
because
collectively.
I don't think that people realize how much, I'm just going to specifically talk about you, how much you worked in 2020.
Right.
How much harder you worked.
Yeah.
Because you had to work harder.
Yes.
Because it was harder to work during that time.
And there was a lot
had
less
to transition.
There was
you
a
had to
lot
figure
less
out how to,
emotional bandwidth too because of all the things that were happening emotionally during that time. So it was really a
a
tough
lot.
time.
It was a lot.
Happy Wednesday, Woo. It's good to
Woo.
see you. And he says, you guys pressure yourselves as high impact people. And then he says, both overachievers. You think so? I don't want to be, but
I don't want to be,
probably
but
right. Tiffany asked, did your communication change, for example, being a little withdrawn? Let me see when she might have been asking that question.
You mean when he was going through his... Yes.
Yes, it did.
Yes.
It did. When I was going through my little breakdown, whatever you want to call it.
It was hard to talk to John.
Yes, I was
And
different.
what I mean by that is it was hard to, communicate something that I needed to talk to him about. Like that was, negative or whatever,
Miss Claxton gave us a
different.
heart during that time, and so did Sheldon, so we're proud of you. And we want you guys well. They're talking about the time that we took off and stuff like that. Thank you for your transparency. So glad to hear you allowed yourselves to rest, but also often being busy muffles the voice of God in our lives. That's so true. That's been our experience too.
Yes.
Andrew's back too.
Hey, Andrew.
Everybody that came through tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Crystal, it's talking about Crystal Clear, Sheldon. Miss Straight Up No Chaser creates a... Straight Up No Chaser was one of our people before too. Good to see you back. Creates a...
Created couples, John and April vision board.
That's a good idea. We have a friend who does vision boards.
Yes.
Elaine Kennedy does that.
Yes,
Maybe
she
we should
does.
consult with her and ask her about that.
Yeah.
And Sheldon agreed with her. So proud of you both taking care of yourselves. Thank you, Tiffany. Yes, God is always his yoke is easy and his burden is light. That is true. Stay focused. Yes, we will try. You've got my support. That's so great. 67. Isn't the amount of weeks that it would take you to do your thing?
No time limit, just do it.
Exactly.
I like,
Yes,
no
that's what
time
we're gonna
limit.
do.
We got to do that.
Okay, Brian
Definitely.
says, I believe all professionals where you have to be present. Sorry. I believe all professions where you have to be present and attentive for someone else should have a sabbatical, sincere me time. That's true. Anyone who
Teachers.
struggles with...
People
teachers
think
need that
summer
too.
is sabbatical, summer's not sabbatical.
That's not a sabbatical.
Anyway,
It really is not.
I'm so glad you know that, babe.
And especially when parents be hitting you up there.
No, summer is not
It's
a
crazy.
sabbatical. And people say that, well, you got summers is not what you think.
He said there's a difference between being conditioned to be selfish and authentically selfish.
Conditioned to be selfish.
I think that's true.
And authentically, yes.
Talisa says she loves 16 personalities.
Yes,
stuff.
it
is
is
good.
great.
It's really good.
It is great. It is
Yeah.
great.
Testify 2022 brought me up and then it brought me down.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Talisa, vision boards.
Oh yeah, through Canva.
Through Canva. That's a great idea.
We love
That's
Canva.
true. Brittany says she loves your earrings.
Oh, thanks,
I
Britt.
like them too. They go with your thing. God needed to get you to slow down. That's true.
No, you are so
Wanda,
right.
thank you so much for this. Yes, teachers and summer is not time off
Exactly.
for real. That's true.
Thank
Quinn
you,
Cousins,
lovely
what's up, man?
Rose. What up, Quinn?
Good to see you, man.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? All right, so we should be wrapping up. It's 10:10.
Yeah, we went all over a little bit. I
We
guess
did, but that was
we
good.
got a little excited.
We
Teachers
don't
are
mind.
paid
Nothing wrong with
at
that.
slave wages. Honey, you know I know that. Okay. Listen,
they are
when I
paid
saw
slaves,
my
that's
check
true.
one month, I just, I don't really look at my check. I mean, I do, but you know what I'm saying? I'm just, And this one particular time, recently, I said, what?
That's all I make? You literally called me and said,
No, I
"That's all
literally
make?"
called John and said, I can't believe I only make this much. Like, are you kidding me? And then I just prayed and said, thank you, Jesus, that I have a
Yeah,
job.
that happened. Oh, Dana.
Oh, hey,
It's
Dana.
okay, girl.
You got to go back.
Listen,
you got to go back.
Listen.
What up, Dana?
She's tardy for the party, but that's fine. What we noticed tonight was this was our first time back in 7 months. And people, the chimes have been trickling on in.
Supporters came in.
The chimes have been trickling on in.
Trickled in.
Lovely Rose is
love
the one
y'all.
that said the thing about the teachers in the summer. That's another one of our chimes. Hey,
Yes,
Lovely Rose.
yes.
You know what I'm saying?
She understands. Hey, girl.
So, yeah. So, ain't no problem at all. You know what I'm saying? You came when you came. You know what I'm saying?
That's
And
right.
we're glad
happy
to be back.
you came. We happy you came, and we're back.
We are.
And you will know when we're actually going to be live because we let you know.
We always posted.
We always
beforehand,
posted
stuff like that, you know
beforehand
what I'm saying?
because we said with some things coming up, we don't know how these Wednesdays gonna look.
true.
John got this new job and all that, honey. I don't know what these Wednesdays gonna be looking like.
Next Wednesday, I'm actually okay. So next week, I'm going out of town for a conference. I'm coming back on Wednesday, but John and Julia have a Wizards game they're supposed to go to because the choir from the school is singing the national anthem.
Yeah.
So that
So we don't
might
know how we're gonna
actually
work
be a
that.
problem for us next week. But
We'll see. He says we can do it.
I think we can.
We'll see. We'll see.
Honestly, man, I'll go live at 10.
I will
cares?
listen.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen. You know I'll
We're
be
gonna be
hyped.
up anyway. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know I'll be hyped.
And we'll just tell them that night when we do the thing. We said not our normal time. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Come on a little later.
True.
You know what I mean?
Who said which conference?
It's a like a
NAD?
ministry conference that the NAD is doing in Greensboro, South Carolina, North Carolina,
Carolina.
Greensboro, North
Yeah.
Carolina. It's about 5 hours away. I'm driving there.
Oh, we are here even if for the replays. Yay.
Good. That's what you need to be doing.
And she said Team John and April. No team.
That's true.
John,
We didn't do
Team
we didn't do no thing today. I mean, I can put it up. You know what I'm saying? So you can see. Well,
Oh,
I
you have
that.
it.
Yeah.
I thought we lost that.
No, I have it.
Oh, we lost a lot of stuff.
No, I got it. I got it all in there. You know what I'm saying? So you can tell us which one you are. Carlene.
What's up, girl?
Yeah,
We've been tuning in on y'all
we've
stuff.
been checking y'all out. You know what I'm saying? We're glad to be back. Glad you're here with us too
Yes.
tonight. That you could check on us for a little while. So anyway,
So, join us in the couples New Year's resolution.
Yes.
Join us in that.
Make 'em
Talk
realistic.
about what you thought you guys did well
yep.
in your
Yep.
relationship during
Yep.
2022 and what you could work on.
Yep.
And
Yep.
do not go into an argument.
Yeah, that's right.
You're talking about this together.
That's exactly
as
right.
a team. Hey, Erica.
Erica, I need to follow y'all. Love your spirits. Thank you, Erica.
Yes, please do.
Good to see you.
Erica's so sweet. You remember that dress you made for me, Erica?
She don't remember that. That was high school.
Actually, you hemmed
She can't remember
hemmed
that far
a
back.
huge dress that we got from a consignment shop. It was a suit, actually.
I'm gonna see if she remembers
And you
that.
made it fit me perfectly. And I remember enjoying wearing that.
She was a little seamstress all the way back then.
I know. And
Coulda
I
opened
know
a
you're
business.
doing all kind of
Okay.
stuff now. Very artistic.
Yeah, man. Hey, so next week we'll let you know exactly when we're getting on here, but we're committed to being back.
See, y'all, we don't even want to go.
Part of our New Year's resolution.
We ain't been on for so long. We
I know.
just over here
Let's just go 2 hours.
mumbling and bumbling. Ooh, we don't even know what to say no more. Thrift
Thrift
shops are
shops
the
are the
best.
best.
I can't shop at thrift shops though, Erica. I'm horrible.
If she had you could do it.
I could, but the problem is, number one, when I go in thrift shops, I usually have a terrible sinus something
Yes.
afterwards. I end up having a terrible allergic reaction.
Because all the mothball smell.
It's the fabrics, I think. It's something. And then I get so overwhelmed looking through the things. I'll just be like, forget it.
Dana loves thrift shops too. She said they're the best.
Well, I might need to go with you.
Exactly.
You know, if I had someone to guide me.
Yeah.
But alone, I'd be like, forget it. I'm out. I can't. Oh, Brittany said Team April. Oh, love you, Britt.
Well, she said, I'll put it up just, so you can get some love.
Exactly. I won. Yes.
Miss Straight Up No Chaser says, proud of you too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That feels good.
Okay, Dana. Let's do it. You can tell me what to do, honey, because I like deals. I just don't like dust.
Oh, my goodness. You're crazy.
All right.
Okay,
Love
y'all. You know what I don't have on here? I don't have that thing that makes it go black. So we're just going to have to end the show right now.
Oh, you don't?
No,
Okay.
not anymore. See y'all next time.
Bye, guys.